at Danita with Booty Bands. Today is Cellulite Killer. So it's definitely going to be an upgrade of your monster sea walks. We're gonna really focus on the back of the legs to smooth them out and to really give you some nice, good definition back there. So the biggest importance for today is be very careful and cautious of your form, and I'm gonna walk you through each step of it. What you're gonna need for today is your heavier resistance band and also your weight. So whether you choose dumbbells, whether you choose cans, whether you choose jugs, whether you choose your child or your dog, whatever is going to cause a little bit more resistance on those muscles so we can make them go, wow, what is happening? Shock those muscles. Please keep in mind to read through my notes at the very bottom because it will show you to have a few days of rest in between each one of your workouts. It's essential that especially now that you're using weights, that you allow your muscles to heal. That's where you're gonna get the best results, okay? So we're gonna first start off with form of how to do a deadlift. It's imperative that you know how to do this correctly. Maybe you know exactly how to do it, but there's so many different types of deadlifts. This one I like it because it focuses on just really strengthening, toning, and tightening the whole back side of your glutes. And the way I like to really train the hamstrings is because imagine it like it's the stem of the flower. You can't have the flower without the stem. It is just imperative that you have beautiful hamstrings to have beautiful glutes as well. So we're gonna focus on both today. What you're gonna start off with as far as form goes is when you pick up your weights, notice that your booty is below your chest. You don't want it to be the other way around where your chest is below your booty. A lot of injuries can happen that way. So again, anytime you start using resistance and you start using weights, make sure that your booty is always down first and then you pick it up that way. The next part as far as deadlift, a common mistake that I see, the feet need to be about shoulder or hip distance apart, okay? That's the first one. After that is the spinal alignment. I see a lot of people, they'll either be too arched back or they'll be too hinged forward. So what I like to do is just say, roll your shoulders up and back, set them in place, and then just squeeze your core. And that right there is going to be a good spinal alignment where everything is nice and stable. So the next one as far as deadlift goes, a common mistake I see is that they're either straight leg and they're losing blood going to their body because they're going here. So you don't want to have a complete straight leg. You want to have a nice good slight bend. So notice the difference between here and here, okay? The next one is I see that actually people get confused with the squat instead of the deadlift. So you can only do this by practicing. So if you can jump up really quick with me right now and feel the difference, you don't even have to use weight. Just stand with me right here as your feet are hip distance apart, roll your shoulders up and back, tighten your core, and I want you to just take your hands and just slide them down your knees. Notice that your booty is going to go out rather than going down, okay? So really again, just try to focus on pressing your booty out and you're in through your heels. Notice how my toes are lifting right now. That's because all of my focus is in through my heels, which is in my hamstrings and my glutes. The next one is you don't want to go down too low. What ends up happening is I have a straight back right here, but the second I go too low, that straight line starts to get compromised. So you want to stop where just usually right about below the knees is usually where the flexibility allows you to stop, okay? Some of you might stop right at the knees, that's totally fine. You're gonna listen to your own range of motion and your own level. Great job. So we're gonna start off with a warm-up. What you're gonna do is use your mat for a guideline. If you have your mat, if you don't, that's totally fine. What you're gonna do is just start on one corner and you're just going to zigzag all the way up to your mat. And then you're gonna zigzag all the way back. When you zigzag back, remember your monster sea walks, how I have your core nice and tight, and you're gonna be pressing back and really using your glute through there. You're gonna go ahead and do a total of 10 here to get your booty nice and warmed up and that you're using the right muscles during your exercise today. is burning. That means it's activated and you're ready to go. So go ahead and pick up your dumbbells and your workout. Get rid of that cellulite. Looks like this. You're gonna start with your deadlift. So sliding those weights down your leg. And then you're gonna come back up, squeezing your glutes. You're gonna send one foot back and you're gonna bend that leg as the standing one is straight, and you're gonna press that heel into the ground so the standing leg is doing all the work. And then right here, you're gonna go ahead and just kick back. I like to actually flex my foot and I feel more of my glutes. And then bring it back in. Let's go ahead and do a total of 8 on one leg. Ooh, that burn felt so good. I probably did a few extra. Okay, let's go ahead and do 8 on the next. Probably count a lot better than me. I'm a little camera shy. But as long as you're feeling a burn, you're definitely gonna be feeling it on your standing leg, and your hamstrings and booty should be like, ouch! We're gonna go ahead and do a total of 3 of those, 3 rounds, and you're gonna notice that when we first did day through 10 and our day 2 exercise, the monster sea walk, we did no weights and we did a total of 5 rounds. Essentially what you're doing is you're strengthening yourself to be able to start now using weights. And so now you'll start to see your rep and sets go down. Why? Because you are gonna be exhausted and challenging those muscles, and you definitely need to take a few days of rest after using weights to allow those muscles to heal. So come join me, let's go ahead and do 2 more rounds. Why not add a little double kick right here on the second round? What do you guys think? I'm liking it. Come on, challenge yourselves. Shaking yet? Make sure you're breathing. You are strengthening your core, your lower back, your glutes, and your hamstrings. At any time you feel like it's too much for your body and you're not strong enough yet, go ahead and drop the weights, and you can do this without the weights or even lighter. I am definitely sweating. Whew. Good job. Let's go ahead and go to the other side, and then we'll stretch after this one. To try to really make sure that I'm using my standing leg. So any little adjustments that you make, listen to your body. It's that mind-muscle connection that you're looking for, and it's essential. Again, notice my spine is always aligned. I'm not looking up like this. So try to make sure you're always looking right at your mat. Beautiful. If you did 8, good. I may be doing some extra credit right now. All right, I am feeling it, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a nice little stretch. You can go ahead and just slip your booty band off for a second. As you can hold on to something or you can balance yourself. It's always good to challenge your balance, but make sure that you don't fall. But just a standing figure 4, just to really start sending blood into that muscle. You're gonna see definitely more results when you start really stretching and allowing your body to be best at its best level. So eating, stretching, movement, yoga after these days, very, very essential and very key. About 3 deep breaths usually I say for a stretch, you guys know that. So good inhale through the nose. Exhale, get a little bit deeper into that stretch. And 2 more. Beautiful. I don't know if you can see my sweat, but it's my upper lip right now. And we got 1 more. Don't you bail out on me. You wanted all of these. Meaning, I used to just say do 3, but you're like, Danita, I don't do 3 if you don't do it with me. So now I'm doing them all with you. Okay, grab those weights. Notice how I picked up my weights. I'm gonna go ahead and show you from a different position so you guys can see. The standing leg is going to be straight while the back one's gonna be bent, and then press up with the first. And we're gonna do 3 kickbacks on this one. Yes, I'm challenging you. I think we're almost there. Good. 8 on one side, 8 on the other. We're almost done. This is the last one, and then we get a good dessert called stretching. Okay, set yourself in place, roll those shoulders, tighten that core. You got this. Exercises, if you guys haven't noticed, that's the single leg feeling like it's getting all the work. So this is a compound movement where you are using both legs, and then the second that you go into one leg right here, isolation, and then this is an isolation as well. Beautiful job. Now make sure you hydrate. Make sure you're having more than 10 glasses of water a day. I teach you so much about bloating, and that usually bloating comes from a lack of water. So you'll stay smaller by drinking more water. As well, you won't try to curb your thirst for hunger. Let's go ahead and go into some nice good stretching. So static stretching is known as hold stretching, and dynamic is where you're moving. So usually start your warm up with something that's getting your heart rate up, like we did at the very beginning with the zigzag on the mat. And at the very end, choose whatever stretches feels good, and you can go ahead and follow me if you would like, but obviously always listen to your body. Roll one spine down, one vertebrae down at a time. Whew, feels really good on your back. Go ahead and just cross one leg over. You can use this as a modification right here and just press your knee out, or you can go ahead and bring that other foot up. Go ahead and interlace your fingers behind the back of that leg, meanwhile pressing your elbow against this leg. And I like to just rock back and breathe. So if you don't know, the posterior chain, we worked a lot today. So we're gonna do a lot of massaging with your lower back just to give it a little bit of some love here. So go ahead and just cross your legs over together, and you're just gonna do a supine twist where you can just drop your knees over to the other side. And this feels really good as it gives a nice little massage through your lower back. Just breathe into it and relax. Good, you can go ahead and unfold your legs and come on out of that. And then go ahead and switch to the other side. Good. Cross those legs over and just bring to the other side. And breathe. All right, the last one I'm going to end with, it feels, the final stretch I'm going to do is child pose. If you've never heard of it, you're missing out. So go ahead and just place your knees at the distance of the mat. Sit your hip bones back towards your feet. Go ahead and just stretch your arms as long as you can get them.
And then you can just place your head into the mat and just breathe. This is so, so good. It just relaxes your belly and gives you a nice good stretch through your back. When you're inhaling, I want you to really inhale positive things into your life. And when you exhale, I want you to exhale any negative thing or something that's not serving you at your time in your life right now. Any other stretches you want to add in, please do so.